Yeah, hey everybody, this is Ian, and in this really quick video, I'm going to show you the easiest way to 10x your traffic. This is specifically really effective for directories, marketplaces, and authority site style communities. All right, so I'm going to just use a very simple example that I've used many times in the past. This is very new, it's from the last couple of days. It works amazingly well. It'll work amazingly well for you. It's just a question of putting it into practice. All right. So the salient sort of animating insight here is you want to let your members or your listings say it for you, right? You want them to be the ones who are driving you traffic, right? So here's an example on our psychic community. Again, I only use this for illustrative purposes. I'm not necessarily a big fan or believer in psychic mediums, but here is a post that this guy, who I don't really know, Todd Siegel, psychic medium, psychic detective and medium, just shared on June 1st on his Facebook page. And again, I'm using this as an illustration simply because I've covered this so many times with my own clients and my own subscribers that I want to show you again how effective this is. So this guy shared on, and this is human psychology. This is not even marketing. He shared on his post June 1st, today's the 3rd. It's Monday the 3rd. I'm sure getting around famous psychic mediums with a question mark, ... And then he links to our site, right? So then if you look here, psychic or psychologist, how psychic Todd Siegel is changing Williamsburg with his work. Now, I do think there's an extra little twist to this insofar as I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is a Virginia town that's not far from Virginia Beach, maybe, where this shooting had just taken place, unfortunately, a couple of days ago. And I guess in light of that, a lot more people are checking his stuff out. Because he's a psychic, quote unquote, medium. All right. So anyway, so here you see 57 likes and loves, 11 comments, 4 shares. Well, I only know about this because I could see a huge influx of traffic coming over the weekend from this guy's Facebook page, right? And to a page on the site that's not even a listing. He's not even listed on our site. I'm going to show you how simple this is. And this is actually the post, right? Psychic or psychologist, how psychic Todd Siegel is changing Williamsburg with his work. That's actually me. I don't usually comment or write on this particular site. I own this with a bunch of other people. I'm a very minor participant now on this community, pretty much because I'm not really a huge fan of psychic mediums. But this is a curated post. This is not a listing or anything else. It's simply a link to wydaily.com. Maybe that's not Virginia. I don't even know. I don't even know where it is, actually. It's just a link and an excerpt from their, actually, it is Virginia. See, Virginia Psychics is how it's tagged. And if you click on this, you're going to go to the story on him from this newspaper, from this online newspaper. So, right, I did nothing here other than just take with a plugin, the Snacks plugin, which is what I use for curation, and link to that. You can see the picture is theirs, right? It's just a curated post from this particular newspaper, online magazine, about this dude, right? And now he's not referencing this, of course. He's referencing us, right? He's referencing the post that I curated from that particular online community or online magazine. So essentially, he's doing the work for us, right? And I don't even do this much. This is not even a process that for this particular site that I don't even touch this site much. I have other people who are working on this who don't even really work on it that much, to be honest with you, because it's not really a focal point of my interest or business or our partnership altogether, right? But if you were to do this, nothing other than this all day, every day, you would get an absolute tsunami of traffic to your site if you're just referencing how your members are showing up in the world in other, in local news events or local news stories or YouTube or Facebook or Twitter updates. I mean, all you're really doing when you're curating content, again, this is not even a listing. This is just a news item that I didn't even do anything to. Like, I just posted a link and this automatically excerpted from that story, right? And he's linking to this, which is driving all this traffic to us. Now, the other thing that happens as a consequence of that is some of his peers, right? So I've already had contact with people who are following this dude, who are also psychic mediums, and I put that in quotes, who are sending us, who are contacting us using this thing here, saying, hey, how do I get listed on your site? Or, hey, I'm also a psychic medium. How do I get mentioned on your community as well? This is dead simple. It works in every niche. It works in every industry. It's easy to do. You can do 10 of these in 20 minutes without any real effort. And for those of you who I've spoken to recently by phone, who I've said, the one thing I would do at jump, like if you're at baseline right now, if you're just starting, the one thing I would do is I would curate content before I even like added listings or added products or affiliate product. I mean, any of that stuff. The first thing I would do on any new community is I would just curate content. I would set Google alerts for updates. And then I would just find stories that were relevant to my audience, relevant to my community, relevant to my niche, and I would post them on the site quickly, effectively, with, flow and enthusiasm and energy. And if I had 20, 30 minutes a day, you can make a hellacious amount of progress on one of these communities doing just that and not like screwing with any of the plugins or the listings or the maps or all that other gibberish, which keeps so many people from actually getting, focused and getting their stuff out into the world. All right. So again, I'm using a premium plugin for this. It's called Snacks. There are probably other analogous. It's SNAX, which is sort of a goofy name for a plugin, but it's not a goof. I mean, it's a really effective tool for these sorts of communities. So I recommend you check that out. And just do this. I mean, this is the thing that you ought to be doing if you're starting today on June 3rd, 2019, and you really want to get some momentum, and you really want to get some magic, and you really want to get some people in your niche to notice you and say, hey, this is a cool site. Check out, abc.com. And here's a little thing they have on me yesterday. The other thing I wanted to say, and I keep on forgetting, there's a last piece to this. I forget. It's escaping me. Anyway, do this. It works. It's really easy. And if you have, a fair amount of time to work on your site, you can make an incredible amount of progress in a very, very short amount of time using this approach. Okie doke. Hope this helps a little bit. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks so much.